Here we go.
Jesus was not a black man. I saw this well-known preacher on Easter Sunday was saying he was preaching that Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, the death, burial, and resurrection that they preach about was all about the persecution of a black man, and that how Jesus was a black man.
When black people see a reflection of themselves in Jesus, now you want to call that idolatry?
For me, most concerning is the psychological toll on congregants who absorb these messages. What appears as spiritual growth is often a progressive dismantling of healthy racial identity.
This whole conversation about whether or not Jesus was black really, to me, misses the whole point. So let's just backtrack a little bit. Let's start off with, who is Jesus? The Son of God, who raised the dead, who made the blind see, who helped the lame walk, who rose people from the dead, who himself rose from the dead with all power in his hands. That Jesus. And what are we doing? We are sitting around talking about what his skin tone was while he was on the earth. Does that make sense to y'all? First of all, his skin tone, quite frankly, is irrelevant. It's not like you're going to go up to the pearly gates one day and it's time for judgment and God is going to look at you and say, you were an unrepentant sinner, you weren't a believer, you did this wrong, you did that wrong, so you're going to hell, that's your judgment. And you go, but hold on, look, I'm black. And God's going to go, oh, why didn't you say something? You black? Come on in, my bad. Being black is not going to get you into heaven. But even more so than that, let's just say that Jesus had a dark skin tone. What does that mean? Like, really think about it. Like, when we talk about blackness, we're talking about our lived experience right now today, which is shaped by imperialism and cattle slavery and, the things that happened to stolen Africans that were brought to America and enslaved. And we're talking about, that's what we mean when we talk about black. Back in those days, this is pre-America. This is pre-imperialism. This is pre-colonization. This is all before all of this stuff that we're talking about now. This is a completely different time. There is no America. There is no Europe. None of that. And they're not even calling themselves black at that time. Even if people have darker skin, they're not. Black is something that was brought up and came up with here in the recent times. So it's like, it's a completely different time, a completely different experience, and a completely different mindset that people with dark skin probably had at that time. Like, if you were to go back in time to those people and say, hey, you're black, they'd be like, what are you talking about? So it doesn't make sense on any level. First of all, your skin color can't get you into heaven or keep you out of it. That's number one. Number two, to overanalyze and dissect what the skin tone was of the Son of God for the 30 plus years he was on this earth doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's a waste of, the conversation is a waste of time, honestly. It's not going to do nothing for you. It don't make you more holy or less holy. It's not going to get you into heaven and keep you out of heaven. It literally does nothing for you.